everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and it is Make It, Mail It Monday. And if you've been to my channel before, thanks for stopping back in. If you're new, on Mondays, we do Make It, Mail It Monday, where we make a card, or several, and I encourage you to put them in the mail, because how often do we make cards and then they sit in a box? I know I have a whole box of them that need to go in the mail, and I'm going to set them up in a way that they all go out next year, and I will be sharing that with you. But for today, we're doing the Sweet Sunflower Paper Pumpkin Kit from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to put a couple of them together with you on camera, and just hope I can get it uploaded in a timely fashion tomorrow. So we have a stamp set, and I had a couple of ink pads. Here they are. Our ink pads are crushed curry and soft suede. I'm not going to open these. I will put these in my canister to use for giveaways, and I will use the ones that I have. But we have the sunflower, a flying bee. We have a portrait of a bee. Thank you. Wishing you so much happiness. And then we have some greenery and hello in the center of the sunflower. Now, I can never keep track, there they are. I was going to say I can never keep track of my paper pumpkin stamp blocks, but here we go. I should have ordered paper pumpkin blocks this morning, is what I should have done. So, we have a stamp block. We have our stamps. They sent us, now everything you need to do these cards is in this kit. We have glue dots, and we have mini dimensionals. So that must be all of those that we need. And I'm going to pull one of my pick tools over here, because sometimes it just makes it easier. And then I have, look at these beautiful watercolor envelopes. They are not on watercolor paper, but they have the appearance of being on watercolor paper, which is really super cool. And I'm not going to make them all into cards, because they may have to go in a journal. And then we have these die cuts. Look at this with the honeycomb background. Those are super pretty. And then we have our labels that we'll stamp our sentiments on. And then we have our card bases. Again, they have the look of being done on watercolor paper, but they're 110-pound cardstock. Set those over there. Then we have some that is the green backgrounds. These would be great for die cards. And then we have, look at these little vellum die cut honeycombs. Aren't these adorable? Yeah, I'm thinking I may need to include a couple of these. We'll see. We'll see. But I like these. These are really sharp. And now that I think about it, I have a honeycomb die. I could punch my own vellum for the bee thing, for the bee journals. Duh. I'm going to go ahead and punch these out while I talk. I know I need at least a couple of them, because we'll do a couple of the cards together, and you'll see just how quickly the cards go together. And whenever I have a paper pumpkin, I'm going to try to do them in real time with you, not pre-recorded, so you can see just how quickly they go together. And then we have the die cuts of sunflowers, the bees, lots of bees, and some flowers. So now, the other thing they give us is they give us a direction sheet. And we have the directions for all the cards. And this one, I'm going to pull back. Hold that thought. Because I'm coming. I had already put these with the bee journals. They said they were extras. They didn't say they were part of the cards. So I had already pulled these over and put them with the bee kits. So I guess we're going to need a couple of those. So we'll do one card with this and then one without. But it shows you the placement of the black dots are the glue dots, and then the white ones are your dimensionals. And Gives you a diagram for each one of the cards that you can make, and it also gives you a measure here, so if you've got twine or ribbon that you need to use, then you can measure it out. Everything is right here. The only thing you need to add sometimes is a pair of scissors to cut your ribbon or trim, and your stamp block, which you will get a stamp block in your very first paper pumpkin. So then after that, hang on to it because you'll need it for all subsequent paper pumpkins. Okay, also I'm going to have a link down in the description box below. We have 2 days left. That if you order a 3-month of the paper pumpkin, that qualifies you for a free item from our celebration, which ends on the 30th of this month. So I think that's going to be tomorrow. Yeah. So you're going to want to check that out. But everything we need is here. So let's see what they did with number 1. Number 1, it looks like we're using one of these backgrounds with the dark green. So I'm going to take and score it with the handle of my scissors, just like that. Okay. And on the inside, one of a kind, or a one of a kind frame. So let's take that, pull this off, and they say to stamp it in the soft suede on one of these, just like that. Guess we're not going on the inside, we're going on the outside. There we go. Sometimes it pays to look at all the directions. And let's see, we're using soft suede and crushed curry. Could I have had these ready? Sure. What fun would that have been though, right? Crushed curry is in this one. I don't think I had it out. There's my crushed curry. And my soft suede's over on the table, so I'm going to stamp it in the early espresso that I have here on my table. Now sometimes you're going to, when you get new poly stamps, which are the clear stamps, what you want to do is ink them up and then stamp them off, and that kind of conditions them so that they will take ink better for you and you'll get a good clear stamped image on your, when you stamp the next time. So that is right like that. And go straight down, straight up, and just pop that off if you need to encourage it. So there's that. And then we're going to need, oh, here they are. They're already like that. Yeah. Okay, glue dots. Maybe we wouldn't have needed that glue in the gold ones after all. Now it says to place these, one in each corner, just like this. Just like that. Now I do like to burnish mine a little bit to make sure that they adhere good. And then we're going to come back and pick our papers off. And they slide right off. Easier when you don't have tremors to deal with. Just like that. And then this, make sure it goes right side up on the center of your green card. Just like that. And then we need, it says glue dots, we need 2 of them on the sentiment pad. Oh, excuse me. And then we also need a couple of our bees. I can get a hold of them. So we get a couple of our bees, and we put a dimensional on the back of each one of them. Right dead center of them, just like that. Now if you're concerned about them showing, you can always use a half of a dimensional, and that's fine. Okay, so the sentiment tab is going to go down here. Make sure you go right side up. And we're coming way over here like this. And then one of our bees goes Oh, and I guess our bees go different directions. So, guess I could have paid attention to that one. Hey, I got it right. I got one of each going in each direction. And then this one is going to go right there. And I'm going to turn on our lights and see if that helps. And now I'm going to back him off a little bit. I got him a little cockeyed. So let's redo him. Just like that. And there is card number 1. Okay, card number 2. It says we're going to need, let's do one with the flowery background. Let's do one of these. Okay. And I have a stamp chamois handy. I did have one of our stamp cleaning pads, and we quit selling those, and I was glad because the rubber was just falling apart. So I took part of a old stamp cleaner and put it in there, and I didn't spray it before I brought it over. That was silly. Had to find it. That's going to be a long video just because I don't have my act together today. I have not felt good today. This is Sunday afternoon. I've not felt good. I went back to bed at 10 o'clock. I'd been up since 5. Got some stuff done, and I went back to bed at 11, I guess it was. And I slept until 3 o'clock. I still don't feel right, but I need to get this done so I can upload it in the morning. Okay, so for this one, oh, come on. There we go. No, I guess we're going to do this one. So for this one, we're going to need one of these die cuts. Okay, we're going to need one of these. And we're going to stamp the sunflower, and we're going to need one of these. And that's all we're going to need to put this card together. So, for this one, let's flip it down and see what it doesn't tell us to do. There we go. Okay, so we're going to stamp thank you. And see how this is color-coded? This means we're stamping it in the soft suede. This means we're stamping in the crushed curry. So it's even color-coded for you as to what you need to stamp where. So we're starting with this piece here, and we're stamping thank you. And we're stamping the thank you in the soft suede, or in my case, the early espresso. You can change it up, just that everything is set up to be color coordinated. So there's our thank you. And we got good lucky on that one because I did not condition that before I stamped with it. But I do like to clean my stamps when I'm done with them. Okay, and then while I've got the brown out, we need to, well, actually, we need to do this one first. We need to do this one first. We are stamping this on, oh, one of the backgrounds. Duh. We're stamping on one of the backgrounds. So we're stamping in crushed curry. This is done in a lighter color. So when you go back and stamp with the crushed curry, and I'm going to condition this one. No, crushed curry looked a little light. I'm out of frame. Sorry. Now I'm pushing down pretty hard with this because I think it's going to need, it acts like it's going to need re-inked here pretty soon. And I'm kind getting an idea of how this needs to go, matching it up. It's not going to be perfect, but I think we're close right there. Close enough. Close enough. And then I'm going to clean my stamp off here really quick because I've got to take it off and use my sunflower center. And I'm going to condition it as well. I'm going to stamp it down good, stamp off, and then come back in. Early espresso is just a little darker than the soft suede. I'll show you an example in a minute here. And see how this has got a little bit of a notch here? Can you see that? That's going to help me position my stamp. Just like that. Okay? And there is our sunflower. Now it says we need, on this, we just need glue dots on here. So where'd our glue dots go? And we're putting one on each leaf. And one on that top of that flower. Just like that. And then we're also putting a couple on our honeybee. Now it's okay on this comb because it's going to show, and that's fine. Because we're going to be covering it up with the elements. So it's okay if it shines, if it shows through a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let's start with this one. Okay, this flower goes off this way, so this one is going to go, how are we doing on time? 17 minutes, wow. If I can keep it under 30, it'll upload in the morning, kind of, sort of, providing weather cooperates. Oh, it goes like this. Alrighty then. And so this one is going to lay, this card goes horizontal, just like that. Okay. And then we're coming back in with our honeycomb. And it's going to lay right in here. I like that. And then our thank you gets, I'm going to say dimensionals. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, it does. There it goes. Good thing, huh? I looked right over top of that. That's what happens when I'm standing and trying to look at 6 different things at once and not paying attention. So there's that. See, we've covered up one of those glue dots. This one I think we probably should have, oh, he's going to cover up with the bee. We're good. Okay, this one gets 2 of the dimensionals and 1 of the glue dots. Now the reason it's getting 1 of the glue dots is because this is the part that's going to go right here over the thank you. And so we don't want to raise it up anymore. So we're going to pull the papers off the back of those adhesives and position this. We don't want to cover up our thank you. Well, let's do that. And then it says we need 1 of the bees. We're going to need 2 of the bees. 1 going each direction, I'm betting. That's why there's so many bees. There we go. Couldn't get them going the right direction. And the bees are getting the dimensionals, just like we did before. And just put the dimensional in the chubbiest part of the bee. And we're putting 1. And we're going to position him. See that dimensional that we had peeking through is gone. So we can put this one up here and not have to worry about him. And then this one. Kind of tell front and back on these bees, I'm telling you. We're going to put him right there. And there is card number 2. And I think that's going to do it for us for today. I do have other cards that I can put together. And I will do those. And I will give you a quick glance at those on Friday when I do the flip through of the bee journal. But technically with this we can do 9 cards. If I turn it right side up, it looks better, huh? We can do 9 cards, so we have 9 cards in envelopes. And we did 2 of these. Now this one was really super simple. Let's see if we can throw it together really fast. See if I can find this one here. And see what that one is so we can see how it looks. There it is. It is this one right there. Why does it not look like? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Let's do this one really quick. I'll clean my sunflower center off. Stick it back. And we're going to need Wishing You Much Happiness. Now, because I don't necessarily... Let's do this one. My daughter just moved into her first home that she is purchasing. They've always lived in apartments. And they just purchased their first home. And so we'll do this one for her. So we're stamping this one in the brown. We're going to condition it really fast. And then we will have done one of each of the 3 styles when we're done here. And we are using... This one is using one of the bluish green ones. It's like that. So we can give her that one. Scrub, scrub, scrub. It doesn't take much to clean off a poly stamp. You can even use a baby wipe or a wet cloth. Doesn't take up much room over here on my table. So that's the only thing we have to stamp. So we can move that. And we're going to need one of these burgundy pieces here. And that one gets glue dots on the burgundy. And then we need, excuse me, we need dimensionals on the sentiment strip. Just like that. Okay. And then we need another one of these little honeycombs. And one like there. And these we're going to make sure we do put kind of close together. We just want to secure it, but I want to make sure it is going to be underneath the label. Just like that. And we have everything we need to put this together, just like that. Okay. So we need our purple strip here. And it looks like it goes about here. Just like that. And then up. Maybe this goes down. Let's pull this back up really quick. Let's pull that back up really quick. It looks like this goes, I can't tell if it goes on top. And that one we're missing a glue dot on that one. I don't know where it went. Okay, so yeah, we do this one down first. That one down first. And then we come back with our honeycomb piece. Right like that. And then we come back in with our sentiment. So if you're not trying to do a video or have essential tremors, these cards go together really quick. Like that. And there's no bees on this one either. That's all we have. Now we can bring back in a bee. I guess they do show them there. Boy, I'm just missing things all over the place. I think it's because I'm just not feeling me today. There's one bee going one direction and one bee going the other direction. I love how they made the bees go in different directions. I like that. So let's flip them over. Give them their dimensionals and their chubby little parts. I've got to get out of this office. It is just so hot in here right now. Okay, this bee is flying that away, so he goes over here. And this bee is going the other direction. He's coming up to the hive to meet him from the other direction, and he goes here. There's our bees. So we have 1, 2, 3 super simple cards for Make It Mail It Monday. Paper pumpkin is just that super easy. Now, coming in October, we are going to have treat boxes, and then we'll have something Christmassy for our November one, or for our October one. So, to get this in October, you need to be signed up for the Paper Pumpkin no later than September 10th. And there will be a link down in the description box below. And if you've not started holiday cards, or you want to make sure that you have cards on hand for those occasions, these would even make beautiful sympathy cards. Or if you want to put together a collection of pre-done cards to give to someone as a gift, Paper Pumpkin is perfect. Paper Pumpkin as a gift is also a pleasant surprise in someone's mailbox. So that's it for me today. I will be back here Friday with the flip through. No, take that back. Rewind. I will be back here tomorrow with a mini Tim Holtz haul, and then back on Friday for the Bee Journal flip through, and we're drawing for our 4 winners for my subscriber giveaway. So you don't want to miss either one of those 2 videos this week. In the meantime, remember to like, share, and keep those subscriptions coming, and creative blessings.